Hello everyone, welcome to the video. My name is Cosolix, and today we're going over who's the most popular, which character represents the best player, whatever you want to call it, for every legend in Brawlhalla. I do want to give shoutouts to Suro. I believe I'm not butchering your name. You actually made this kind of video idea a little while ago, and you did it much better than me. The editing is phenomenal, and we have very different lists, so if you want to go support a fellow Brawlhalla creator, go check out their video. The link to that is down below. But let's get right into it, my own list. So again, we're just going to go through every single legend in the game, and first name that comes to my personal brain, I'm just going to kind of say. Some names might repeat. It's a little bit hard for them not to. But yeah, there also might be two answers for some of these characters. I'll give some honorable mentions. If you enjoy the content, then consider subscribing and check out my main channel. I'd really appreciate it. If you don't know, I've been a pro for like over 7 years. So a lot of these names, some of them might be older, some of them might be newer. Hopefully this is not too biased, but a good summary of, you know, who represents which character in Brawlhalla. And last little bit, check out Cosolix.com if you want to support what I do. Link to that is down below. You can get coaching, you can 1v1 me, or whatever you want. Anyways, that's it for the intro. Let's get right into this. So first character, I'm going to say low capped, but it's got to be low capped or Java. Bodvar is one of the two. Those guys are just legendary. Next, Cassidy, and I think Boomy just is the only player I really know that's played Cassidy or Sandy Cheeks. Next, Orion Stingray. That's just too easy. Lord Vrax is actually a tough one. Knees recently, Cody Travis in the past, and Effie back in 2016. Those are the three I can think of. Nash, either I played a bit of Nash, Sequoia did, but it's got to go to Crocky. That's one skin as well. Which one? This one? That is the definition of Crocky. The name fits the skin. Looks like a Crocky is a Crocky. That's a Crocky. Next, we got Queen Nai. Wilson. STTP Wilson was the Queen Nai goat that I grew up with. A little bit different now. But yeah, last time I fought Queen Nai in a tournament was against Hughes in Fozy. That was at DreamHack Valencia in 2023. So yeah. Okay, next, John Cena, Hattori. Honestly, this is kind of a hot pick, but I'm going to say like Remy a long time ago. There's Boomy a long time ago. Java recently. A lot of people pick Hattori, but don't continue to main her. Now that I'm really thinking about it, I gotta go with Ethan. Ethan or Capsa or whatever you want to call him. Yeah, just legendary. I lost to Zatori at B6 2019 last day, right? I kind of butchered that set. I should have won it in my opinion. Had a big lead. But anyways, the GOAT. Roland. So I'm not gonna say myself, but I will mention myself, no one else. But there was Yami back in the day that played Roland. But honestly, I'm gonna go on the side. Double Dime. Double Dime had a mean Roland growing up. That dude Roland was better than mine before I even started playing Roland. And then when I started playing Roland, he had a better Roland than me, but not for that long. Sorry, Dime. But yeah, Double Dime for Roland. That's sick. Scarlet. So I'm going to go for M for Mini, other than myself. But that dude was an insane Scarlet player I looked up to when I was trying to get good at Scarlet. I remember being like, I got to beat. Originally, it was Lands who had the best Scarlet, the first level 100 Scarlet in the entire world, LANZ. But then I saw M for Mini just kind of dominate in the EU on Scarlet, and I saw his like Proverse viewers back in 2016. That was really cool. So yeah, M for Mini for Scarlet. Thatch, I gotta go with Llama. That's just too long of just a stretch. Llama is insane. Ada, Boomy was a big one. I played Use in 2022 and he was on Ada. But I'm just gonna have to go with Boomy. Boomy's gonna be a pick for a lot of these characters. No one really plays Ada, so it has to go Boomy. Sentinel, I'm gonna go with Megdi. There weren't that many Sentinel players. Maybe Zakoi. Zakoi was a good one as well. So those two people, Megdi, Zakoi, really played this character well. And let's go back to training. Okay, Lucian's gotta be LDZ. That dude was the GOAT on Lucian back in the day. So shout out to Luna as well, but it's tough to, you know, overcome the 2-time world champion back to back. LDZ in 2017 as well. That was just legendary. Next, we got Teros. That's kind of got to be Luna, but shout out to iThrow, who had a pretty mean Teros. Velocity Brian had a mean Teros. Anonymous Alex. Now there's Kaina. So all those people are good answers. It's hard to pick one. Next, we got Bryn. I remember Ethan or Capstar had a really good Bryn. Isadrew is going to be my pick. His Bryn was nasty for a very long time. It was like 2017, 2018, 2019, a bit in 2020. That's like 4 years, whereas Bryn was arguably one of the best, if not the best. Fozy has a pretty good Bryn as well. Yeah, Ethan, Capstar, yeah. Asuri, I got to go with Wrenched, but shout out to Godly. Has been playing Asuri lately and has been doing some great things, but Wrench's Asuri is still just legendary. Barraza, you know the answer. That's Cody Travis. Ember. Okay, so I'm going to name drop someone, and I guarantee you 99.9% of people watching don't know who I'm about to say, but the OG Ember player I looked up to and I was getting good, Zaloxery. Yeah, that is my Ember goat in 2016, 2017. Crazy old name. If you guessed Zaloxery, then shout out to you. You are old. But since then, I think Wubbs had a pretty good Ember. Other than that, I can't remember that many Ember players. All I know is like Kimber and Wubbs, and yeah, no, Zaloxery is my go. Oh, Wrench played Ember as well in 2017. That's shout out to him. But yeah, on the while. Azoth, I'm gonna go Wubbs. He really had a good Azoth. Also Blazy for a little bit was really good with Azoth for sure. So those two. Koji has to be LDZ as well. But shout out to, why am I blanking on his name? Why did I forget it for a second? Shout out to Zinker. Zinker is the GOAT with Koji right now. But it's kind of hard to be better than LDZ. And also another shout, Noel. Noel's Koji was unreal. So I'd say LDZ and Noel for the top two, and then honorable mention Zinker. Ulgrim, Macho Man, I'll say Wesley, other than myself, but we'll go Wesley for sure. That dude's Ulgrim was insane. Our money match at the midseason in 2022, that was legendary. If you haven't checked out that set, I really recommend it. Went to game 5. His Ulgrim is nasty. So yeah, shout out to Wesley. Diana's got to be Boomy. But shout out to Balloon Boy recently, but definitely Boomy. Jala, actually, Pugsy. Pugsy saw the path with Jala, especially in 2v2. And yeah, Jala's a good character. But Java more recently for sure. Core, I'm going to name drop another 2016 really old name here. Tyron Aceman. If you know, you know. If you don't know, then I don't know who to pick for Core. No one plays Core. But yeah, Tyron Aceman is my man. I never talked to the person, but I played against him, and that dude was the GOAT back in the day. So yeah, shout out to him. Chun Li, Wu Shang, whatever. So many good players for this character. It was it Godly or Cution? I can't. I'm brain. They won so easily. It was like not easily, but it was so dominant. Is what I'm trying to say. Yeah, no, it was Godly on the Wushang, but we're gonna go Megdi's Wushang. That's just so legendary to me. Like grinding against Megdi's Wushang for so long, just crazy. Val as well could be a Megdi, but I'm not gonna say Megdi. I'm actually gonna say Simba. Simba's Val was lethal. Really good Val player. Shout out to Santi as well. That double Val 2v2 was really fun. So yeah. Next we got Ragnar. Viper is someone more recently I'm thinking of who I've played against as Ragnar for a long time. STTP Wilson also had an insane Ragnar, and I grew up with Multimum being the best Ragnar player. So all three of those people are just goats. Then we got Cross, and the only one I knew that like saw the path of Cross is like Boomy before everyone, but so many good Cross players once Luke came out. Shout out to Luna, we'll just go with that. Mirage has to be Sandstorm at this point. And like enough said. Nyx, I'm actually going to say Dobrain. When Nyx came out, Dobrain was playing Nyx, but I also got to give a shout out to Effie. Both of these two 2016, 2017 GOATs, like, I really looked up to them, and they're really awesome people, and great with Nyx, so shout out to that. Mordex has to be Sandstorm, but shout out to Pavelski because that dude's Mordex is lethal. I can't believe I've never played against Pavelski in a 1v1, but I'd love to play against him one day. And yeah, his Mordex, both those two goats, maybe the two biggest goats outside of Boomy for Brawlhalla. All three of those guys, legendary. The Mount Rushmore of Brawlhalla is those three. Crazy. Next we got Yumiko, Taibo back in the day, but it's got to be Flower more recently, and Kaina's been doing some really good stuff in twos. So yeah, those people, the goats. Artemis. I know Wesley had a pretty mean Artemis at times for sure. I think it was the mid-season he played Artemis a little bit. Other than that, like I think it's like Mr. Boy Gamer or something like that. That's like an NA. There's not that many Artemis players, so yeah, we'll just go with Wesley. Caspian's got to be Luna. Just really good for sure. Maybe a bit anime fan. Sidra, I'm gonna go with either Snipe Socks or the Ninja 729. The Ninja probably just my pick. Honestly, just so good. Yeah, I miss watching him play. Honestly, such a cool dude. And there's also Zul. Zul's got to be experienced. Amethyst, like that's insane. By the way, if I make a mistake at all and you're like, you should have put this person, I'm just doing this like randomly. I'm not thinking about this. This is first names that come to my mind, my old mind at 21 years old, my old mind. So yeah, don't get too mad, please. I appreciate you watching until now. Comment down below Rubber Ducky if you're watching right now. I'll know who the real ones are who are actually enjoying this content, and I really appreciate it. Thanks for watching. Consider subscribing. Anyways. Kaya's Impala. Enough said, but Akno's Kaya was also really good in doubles. Like that's such a legendary clip. So, and performance. Isaiah is Adam Cool. Adam Cool and a bit of Boomy. But yeah, those two for sure. Yeah, I don't know what to say. I'll just say Adam Cool. Jiro has to be Phazon. First Jiro Pro. Jiro is such a cool character. I'm surprised not many others have tried to play Jiro that much. Maybe a bit of people saying Jiro's bad over a long period of time, but I don't think Jiro's bad. And yeah, definitely Phazon. Lin Fei. Pierre had a really good Lin Fei, but Guichibu. No questions asked. That's Guichibu's territory now. Zerial. I'm gonna go with Balloon Boy, but Zerial is so broken and still is pretty broken. I don't know. But yeah, we'll just go Balloon Boy. Rayman, I'm just gonna go Cutie. But shout out to Fussy or Bunny or whatever their username is right now. Really good Rayman player that's just on the grind and playing really well. Dusk. LDZ played a bit of Dusk, so I'm a bit biased. Wubs more recently, Stingray more recently, but I'll just go LDZ. That's who I grew up with. I played against his Dusk in person, and we went game 5. He barely beat me. It was a great set. That was at CEO 2019, so almost 5 years ago. That is crazy. Next we got Fate. I lost to Tiffany's Fate, but I gotta go with Sandstorm. Sandstorm won with Fate, BCX 2019. So that's yeah. Thor. I just think of a bunch of EU players. I'm not gonna lie. Maybe like Hyson I think of with Thor, or Boomy in doubles. One of those two for sure. A lot of EU players are playing Thor, but we'll just say Hyson. Shout out to Hyson. His Thor was nasty. Petra, gotta go with Boomy. LTC. Boomy's Petra was great. But also Radish's Petra was great. So those two people, those guys are the Petra goats. Vector's got to be used. Want to land with Vector. DreamHack Dallas. What an accomplishment. Another Lance win. The second Lance land winner. Too bad he's not playing Vector anymore, but he thinks Lance is probably trash compared to his other options like Greatsword and whatnot. But he'll be back on the Vector one day. Vector's a goated legend, so shout out to use. Volkov. Not many people play Volkov. I'm just going to say Sandstorm because he's played Volkov before. This character's kind of up for grabs. I personally don't know. Onyx has to be Snowy. Snowy or Experience. But I'll just say Snowy. Like, that's the world champion right there. That's my GOAT. Him and Boomy just destroyed with a... It was Chronix, I believe. Yeah, I think that was a cross year, yeah. So, Snowy's Onyx. Next we got Jayan, Negan, whatever. Brawlhalla has been really good lately. Hardy is arguably the biggest brand for Greatsword even in North America. But yeah, I'll just say Hardy and Use. Use, of course, world champion on this pick. So, but Hardy has been playing it for such a long time that I think is kind of equivalent to what Use has accomplished right now with Greatsword. I know world champion is really massive, but I want to give tons of credit for Hardy, who's been sticking with very consistent placements with Greatsword for a very long time in a tough region like North America. And like 2022 was very stacked. In 2023 and 2021, Hardy's been good since Greatsword basically first came out. Well, he was good before that too, but specifically with Greatsword, like huge accomplishments there. Next we got Mako. Don't know many Mako players. I remember Wrenched played Mako for a bit, so I'll probably just say Wrenched. He got second at a BCX online with Mako, so that's amazing. So yeah, we'll go with Wrenched. Magyar. Gotta go with why am I blanking on his name? Shout out to Bagus. Bagus's Magyar was insane, but I'm gonna also say Sandstorm because his Magyar is dirty as well. But yeah, Sandstorm and Bagus, that's my top two goats for Magyar. Next we got Reno. This has to be Boomy. I haven't fought another Reno player since Boomy, so shout out to Boomy. Again, Hugin, Moonin, Impala's been doing some pretty good stuff with this character lately. So yeah, shout out to Fakey. I remember Fakey was playing Moonin at BCX, so yeah, Fakey. I don't know why I forgot Fakey's name for a second. I know his face. Last time I played against him was BCX, and he beat me 3-1. It was pretty memorable. I was playing so well, and then I was playing so terribly. It was a bad set, for me at least. But yeah, Impala, Fakey, a little bit of Sandstorm, I believe. Let's go with that. Arcadia has to be Brawlhalla and Crocky. Go with that. Not many Arcadia. These are newer legends at this point. We got Ezio. I don't know. I remember 1v1ing Phazon's Ezio at one point, so we'll go with that. These are two new characters that I don't know. Tezca, Sandstorm. Sandstorm's Tezca is definitely the best. And yeah, that makes sense. Also, shout out to Wesley. Wesley is an amazing Tezca. Same with Thea. I'm going to go with Wesley and Boomy. I tried playing Thea, and I played against Acno's 9-attack Teros in bracket, and I lost to Llama in game 5. It was tough. I gave up on Thea after that. But these guys, they did really well with Thea. I believe Boomy got like top 8 with Thea, same with Wesley or something like that. Like, those guys are insane. Shout out to them. So those are my two goats for Thea. For Red Raptor, it's got to be Radish. Enough said. Shout out to Mirror Man because he's my friend, but you know, Radish's Red Raptor is insane, so amazing. And then Loki, I'm just going to go with Wrenched, but there's not many people playing Loki right now at a pro level. Maybe Fried as the Lee. But yeah. 7 is Stingray. He's the only person I've seen place with 7 so far. I think 7's an insane character, though, so more coming soon for sure. And Vivi is way too new, but I feel like it's kind of Boomy's kind of character. Boots and Blasters just sounds like a Boomy legend. Not a fan of the stats or Sig so much, but yeah, Vivi is Boomy in my opinion. And yeah, that's it. Let me know if you agree, disagree down below. Thanks so much for watching. Consider subscribing if you really liked it. And I'll see you guys later. Peace.